Welcome to this series of the narrative world. Today I am going to read out from a collection of short stories. It is written by Mrs. Amita Ray and the name of the short story collection is Trail of Love and Longings. It is a great medley of stories published by Authors Press this year in 2021. Although Mrs. Ray has penned wonderful literary works for us before, this is her debut short story collection. It contains 15 stories, each one very well told and devoid of superfluities, which I believe is one of the most characteristic hallmark of her writing style. The book also has a brilliantly worded foreword written by Dr. Bashobi Fraser. She says, and I quote, "Mrs. Ray's themes are both contemporary and timeless," unquote, which is undoubtedly true. I was also equally fascinated by the way she sketches her characters in these stories. She has gathered her characters from all walks of life, be it Mona, the mother who goes on a visit to her married daughter's home in the story The Divine Will, or Shanta, who did not like winter season because of her advanced age from the story A Happy Family, or Aruna, for whom shopping for herself was an obsession and shopping for gifting others is a passion from the story All for a Gift. She takes an honest look at the inner workings of the characters and takes us into confidence by inviting us along into their stories. Another great feature of her short stories is the unexpected twist in the ending. She sets up the expectation, the story moves forward with the correct pace, and then there is a perfectly timed surprise, a kind of twist in the end. There are two stories which are my favorite, Taming of the Cat and All for a Gift. In these two stories are crafted with stunning surprise. And today I am going to read some passages from the story Taming of the Cat. Taming of the Cat. The prolonged cawing of crows, barking of dogs, and shouts of children drew my attention, and looking out of the window, my gaze was riveted on this creature, a robust cat with mosaic black and white fur. Little did I know then that this adorable being from the feline species would engage us during our winter sojourn to the ancestral home where our grandparents lived. Situated in remote, pristine surroundings, the place was yet to receive the blessings of electricity and other advantages of so-called comfort living. But it was the perfect destination to visit with family, far away from the din and grind of the daily life. Cats and dogs had always swayed my emotion on several occasions, though I had not been particularly in love with any of them or swooned over any such pet. I delighted in observing their pranks and ways. This particular cat, an adorable being, was a regular visitor in our grandparents' house and the recipient of love and favors in the form of food and shelter, simply reciprocated by its fondness for mice, which kept the gardens and house absolutely free from the scampering pests. This cat, lovingly called Gullu by my grandparents, had climbed a 30 feet high tree which stands outside our garden, stationed itself precariously on the crescent of a branch, keeping the keeping us on tenterhooks. The reason for the cat's ascent to that formidable height remains a mystery. But what plagued me most was a sense of morbid anxiety, invincible helplessness, and the anticipation of a great fall, which could spell disaster, belying the myth that cats have 9 lives. The children playing around didn't dare to climb the tree in order to rescue it. There were crows' nests on the tree whose inmates, together with other members of their fraternity, vociferously pestered the intruder. The agitated dogs straying around gathered below the tree to join the cacophony. I couldn't resist the urge to come in to its rescue and rushed to the spot, defying my brother Pratap's forbiddance. "Why do you have to poke your nose into each and every business?" he said. The good Samaritan in me prompted me to run downstairs out of the gate of our compound, and there I was, right at the site. I'm not going to give you the ending of this story. You have to read it yourself. This book is such a beautiful collection. I would recommend all of you to have this in your collection and read the stories. Her stories will also stay with you for long because of their simplicity. Simplicity, by the way, is a very difficult skill when you are writing a short story. You will also remember her stories for their interesting endings. So if you have a good appetite for short stories, this is one collection which you must read and which you must not meet.